Greetings everyone, this is Rock and Spot Connection with my review of Underwater. What, you might ask, is Underwater about? Well, after a disaster strikes a deep-sea drilling platform, the last handful of survivors are forced to traverse the ocean floor in hopes of rescue. The deep ocean floor. Not just, we're not talking 100 feet. No, we're talking miles deep. Bottom of the Marianas Trench deep. So, quick taste. This is a solid undersea sci-fi horror movie. Maintains a very claustrophobic atmosphere throughout. Kind of to get the idea of being in one of the suits that they walk around in, or in the various undersea buildings they're in. So, the cast of note, we've got Kristen Stewart as Nora Price. She's a mechanical engineer with the Tian Corporation's deep sea drilling platform. Her and the captain have there's that part of it. I'm almost positive that their past relationship is stated, but it was stated so quickly that and not really built upon that I can't remember. So, but her and the captain do have a past relationship. Speaking of the captain, we got Vincent Cassel as Captain Lucian, who is, well, the captain of the drilling platform, and we know that he has a 14-year-old daughter and a previous relationship of some type with Nora. Next up, we got T.J. Miller as Paul. First and foremost, he is the movie's comic relief. He's a crew member. He carries a plush rabbit around with him. Likes anime. Probably likes hentai too. Next up, we've got Jessica Henwick as Emily Habersham. She's a research assistant on the drilling platform. Has a pet corgi back on the surface. And she's dating one of the other crew members, Smith. Speaking of which, John Gallagher Jr. as Liam Smith. Who, again, I didn't realize his name was Liam until I was looking it up. Because he's referred to simply throughout the movie as just Smith. Crew member on the drilling platform. Fairly certain that he works in operations, dealing with communications. At least he does work in the operations center. So, yeah. And he can... he at least knows his way around the communications equipment. Like I mentioned with Emily, he's Emily's boyfriend, and he's also... Him and Paul seem to have a pretty good friendship, too. And finally we got Mamudu Athi, I probably butchered that name, and I'm so sorry for that, as Rodrigo, another crew member on the platform. He, in the beginning, he works to minimize the damage to the platform with Nora after the initial disaster hits. Watches a lot of anime. Like, that's his personality traits. So, spoiler-free breakdown. The opening credits give us these little hints showing bits and pieces, highlighting bits and pieces of headlines and bits from articles about the Tian Corporation and its history with its recent history with undersea drilling, and maybe hinting that the company's covering something up, and yeah. It's also, however, done really too quick to really pay attention to what's being said, and you start to read and then, oh, okay, well, yeah, lost my plan. So yeah, as for the movie itself, it opens with Nora brushing her teeth, getting ready for the day, and talk about how you kind of lose all bearing of day and night when you work underwater. Just before disaster hits the platform. So, she and Rodrigo managed to make their way to the escape pod bay, finding Paul along the way. At the pod bay, they find Captain Lucian, who basically tells them they can't get out that way because pods are the pods that weren't damaged are gone, and the rest aren't usable. So they go to one of the operations centers where Emily and Smith are working, and eventually decide, after listening to the last transmission from the drilling platform, they're going to put on pressure suits and walk to the primary platform. And then go from the primary platform back up to the surface. And along the way, they encounter various hazards, many of which they didn't even remotely expect to encounter. That's really all I can say about it without getting into spoilers. So yes, some of them do get picked off by the. Some of them do die to the hazards that they encounter. All right, so ups and downs of the movie. Kristen Stewart does a pretty good job of honestly carrying most of the movie. She does a lot of the heavy lifting character-wise. Though T.J. Miller, in pretty much every scene he's in, just steals it completely and makes it his. Vincent Cassell, frick. And Jessica Henwick also do excellent, provide excellent supporting parts. The character of Smith isn't. I mean, he's in a lot of it, but yeah, some of the characters just you don't get that much with them, regardless of how much of the movie they're actually in. Yeah. So it makes excellent use of light and darkness, especially considering that it's set like it's at the bottom of the friggin' ocean, where it is incredibly dark. Very solid production design. This includes some of the creatures that they deal with. The suits have, in my opinion, a rather kind of neat look. The movie itself creates a very good atmosphere of claustrophobia throughout. Again, lending itself to being in the suit or in one of the fully enclosed, pressurized buildings. So, on the downside, well, I did enjoy the story. It's kind of predictable. Also, as you can tell from the way I talked about the characters in the cast, the characters could be due to have been better fleshed out. I kind of blame this on the fact that rather than have that first third of the movie be, oh hey, look at how life is normally down here, and then disaster hits, instead just okay, movie starts, disaster. So yeah. Also, that would have been actual. To be perfectly honest, I think that some expository dialogue about the company's problems would have been preferable to the kind of the little bits and pieces in the opening credits. But yeah, overall opinion. Honest, it's a quality deep sea horror movie with a nice Deep Star 6 vibe that's well directed, cast, and shot. Though it's slightly predictable, and though, like I said, while the cast is good, the characters aren't as fleshed out as I would prefer. Rating wise, I gotta give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's not great. I figured at most this movie would probably get a 4, but it wasn't there. It just wasn't quite there. But yeah, it's a strong 3.5 out of 5. Give it a shot. Worth a watch. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal will be found in the description box down below. This is Rock Ross Box signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.